Just tell us, why did you feel you needed to take this step to resign today?
I spent 16 years working with the FA on community relations, on bringing communities in this country together. I have also worked in the Middle East with bringing Palestinians, Israelis, Jordanians, Egyptians and Lebanese together. And this week I feel, I've just seen the pictures you've shown, that I failed. But ultimately I've resigned because the FA have failed. The atrocity that happened last Saturday of terrorists coming in to towns and villages and killing Bedouins and Jews and international ravers, photographing it, filming it, raping people and parading them in the street is just horrific. My day job is as a chaplain. I'm not a politician. And I have met 40 to 50 students this week, all who know somebody that knows somebody. And I think when I met a student who lost one of his best friends, a British Jew, and he talked to me for half an hour, my heart sank. When he told me 2 days later he found out his brother had lost his best friend, my heart sank further. I have members of our community who lived in one of the kibbutzes. They've lost many, many friends. And I think that it's okay to actually say, this is an atrocity and this is marked. I marked the French atrocity at the Batalcan massacre when France played England, and I brought faith leaders from across our community. I just think for once it's not moral equivalence. This act of violence has led again into war. My heart goes out. I'm looking at these pictures. I'm not a spokesperson of the Israeli government. I just want to go into synagogue tonight and tell people that when the FA puts out a statement in my name, it said it discussed with partners. Mark, the CEO of the FA, Mark, has not phoned me. I've asked him to on programs all the time. He's not phoned me. He's not contacted me, and I think that I can't put my name to that statement.
Rabbi Goldberg, forgive my ignorance in faith in football, because I truly didn't know this organisation until today, so please forgive that. But I wonder, you talked about having worked with Palestinian communities as well, and I wonder whether within faith in football there are also members of the Palestinian community with whom you had discussed the sort of message of solidarity that might be appropriate, and what your conclusions were if you had those conversations.
I've discussed it elsewhere about it, and I looked all throughout this week with Muslim leaders and Christian leaders in different contexts and different hats I wear. I haven't been asked by the FA. That's my problem. They say they've asked partners. I haven't been asked. I've seen some very good statements out there which do recognise the civilian atrocity, the premeditated planning and murder of innocent civilians, the raping of civilians, and the videoing of those deaths for ISIS-style videos. All I don't know what you want to call them. I don't mean to be emotive.
Well, it's tricky. It's tricky for us because we are working very hard at Sky to verify a lot of those claims being made on both sides.
Of course.
And so I don't want to get too drawn into that now.
But it's not about sides, is it? It's about humanity.
You're absolutely right. And Rabbi Goldberg, I think that is you've hit the nail on the head there. I wonder whether, at this stage now, we are 7 days on, nearly 6 days on from that atrocity on Saturday. And of course, since then, the situation has changed radically because we have begun to see this unprecedented Israeli response to those atrocities that took place at the weekend. The number of Palestinian dead has now surpassed.
Please
just let me finish.
But I'm not a spokesman for Israel.
I will be quick, but just please let me finish. The number of Palestinian atrocities has now surpassed the number of Israeli deaths. And I just wonder whether, rather than, I wonder what you would have thought about a message of peace for both sides and a recognition for both sides.
I've given out that message all day. If you haven't heard them, then I've given out the same message all day. I've worked for peace. I was the first rabbi to enter the Lebanese city, the second city of Lebanon, Tripoli, in 40 years. I risked my life to bring dialogue. In that case, I will risk it again. We have failed this week in bringing about peace. This is a massive success for Hamas and those that don't want peace. I've reached out to Palestinian friends. I've even helped Palestinian friends financially. Please don't get me wrong. I think we've failed in peace. We've failed in some relations. And as I said to my friend, look, the mountain seems higher today, but I believe my grandchildren and his grandchildren will be playing together, and that's what I want.
I wonder, because you say it is so clear that you are working for peace, that peace is at the forefront of your mind as you talk about reaching out to those communities. You said we've failed in peace. Does that mean that now that the events on Saturday was... this is how I'm reading it, and you must tell me if this is wrong, that the events on Saturday were so seismic for you that peace has failed, and therefore we must pick a side?
Please don't put please don't
no,
put
I'm
words,
asking you to clarify.
Please don't put words into my mouth. Please.
I don't want to.
I think that was what I'm trying to say is you've just shown missiles raining down on Israel. You've seen destruction in Gaza. Can I ask you a question? Do you think peace is breaking out in the Middle East? Or do you think there's a chance of a wider conflict? And what's more, I've met students of mine this week who have been attacked. A single mother with an autistic child who is training to be a midwife in the NHS has a mezuzah on her door. Okay, that's what I've been dealing with this morning. This is the reality. Has her house attacked twice. Chickens, a raw chicken and chicken slush thrown through her window. Her autistic 5-year-old child is not sleeping tonight because there are attacks on Jews in this country that have gone up threefold. Please, when you're interviewing people, be careful what you say, because it has an impact in and around the cities and towns of the UK. We've got to maintain peace here at the very least.
I could not agree with you more. I fully understand the responsibility. I wonder, the FA has said black armbands. They will be wearing black armbands ahead of the England-Australia Friday friendly. There will be black armbands worn, and there will be a moment of silence in recognition of the victims. Do you think... Well, I guess you clearly don't think that's enough, and I just wonder why.
I don't think black arms bands are enough. I think that we've had precedents elsewhere where there have been massive terrorist attacks, and we lit the stadium up in tricolours. We've had solidarity with Ukraine, and so on and so forth. So I think that there is a precedent. I don't know why the FA has come to its decision, because Mark Bullingdon has not phoned me. And it may as many of the events we do at the FA have issues of security in the stadium. If they're scared about the issues of security at Wembley Stadium, which is a target for terrorists in this country, we know that is it is the national stadium. Then please be honest and say that's the problem. If they're scared, then I understand, because I've met lots of people this week who are petrified living in this country right now.
Just one last question, because I feel like I haven't understood fully, and I'd love to understand from you. If there was a tribute to the victims lost in the region over the last week, would that I guess a tribute that you felt was correct, would that...
Why does it always have to be on one side and the other? What happened on Saturday can stand alone. What is happening now that I'm seeing on your news headlines is also atrocious. And any I think human being worth their salt with a moral ounce in them would also say, this is horrible. These are horrible scenes, and you won't get anything from. I don't know how to secure the state of Israel or to secure the Palestine. But it doesn't start with the murdering 1,200 or whatever people in there, at 7:30 in the morning, and then videoing it. It really doesn't. And that's not something you have to attest. Journalists have been there, seen it. Sky have verified it already. I'm not a propagandist, and all I want to do is see peace in the Middle East, peace on our streets, communities living together, and I want my students not to Jewish, Muslim, Christian, atheist, whatever it is, to live together in peace and not be frightened and scared as they are as my Jewish students are this week.